All right, Gene Burnett from geneburnett.com. I'm wearing my tank top here not to show off my muscles in a vain way, but to show them off because I'm going to do an exercise that will particularly show what these muscles are doing, and it's to illustrate a principle. I just did a review video and also a demo of the shoulder reliever, this stick with a ball on it that you twirl around and you help stabilize your shoulder muscles and stuff. And one of the principles I showed there is what I'm going to show here, which is the idea of letting your whole body help the part of you that's supposed to do this sort of isolated exercise. Figure out a way to I figure out a way to let my whole body do it, and I certainly recommend it, especially if you're really interested in not hurting yourself, or if you're a little older like me. So I try to go from letting my whole body help me do the exercise and gradually reduce the help that the local muscle gets, and then finally exercise just the local muscle. So let me show you what this means in a graphic way. So this is a weight bar. I don't know how much it weighs, but I'm guessing it's about 15 or 20 pounds or something. It's not super heavy, but I don't know, maybe less. I don't know. It's steel and it's heavy. Heavy-ish. So if I was going to do a curl like this, then I typically would want to isolate the bicep muscles. Probably see it better from this side, right? There. You can see the bicep flexing? Right. That's the isolated movement. The bicep activates and it goes from zero or very little tension, just the amount to hold this, and then pulls up. So what I like to do to build up to that, so my poor muscle doesn't just start cold and isolated and feels like it's a welcome part of my whole body, is I have 3 stages of this. I call it swing it up, push it up, and pull it up. So the swing it up, I'm going to go sideways here, is I swing it up with my hips. So I sink into my hip crease here, right? And I swing it up. I go back. I swing it up. So you can see my pelvis moves back and then it moves forward. Right? So I'm swinging it up. And I'm just getting a little bit of bicep work. Not a ton, but a little bit. It's appreciable. I feel it. If I did a whole bunch of these, my arm would definitely feel it. But it's easier because I'm swinging it up. So I get this, the hip moving forward swings the bar up, right? So when I've done, say, 10 or so of those, then I switch to what I call push it up. So push it up is using your legs to push straight up. So you're not getting the hip action, but you're getting the push. So now I'm pushing it up. And I try to relax my arms almost so I can feel as though I'm like picking up a box with my legs. And then I add the arm to that wave. So it starts in the legs and finishes in the hand. See, 1, 2. It's not all at once. It's boom. I'm pushing, and then when the momentum is moving, I add my arm. So it's a little bit less isolated. A little more isolated than this one, which you can see I'm not working my bicep much. Here's better. Here's more. And then when I'm done pushing up, then I pull up. So now my legs are not moving. They're firm, but they're not moving. And that's the most isolation that I can get in the bicep. But by the time I get to that, I've already warmed up the muscle really nicely by gradually increasing the amount of work that the muscle's doing. So let's try the other way. So now palms are down. So I swing it up. Let's just do sets of 5 here. 3, 4, 5. Now I push it up, push it up, push it up, push, and push, and then finally with no leg movement at all, I just pull it up with those muscles, which are nice and warmed up by then. This doesn't feel like a strain or any kind of cold movement. It feels like just all warmed up and ready to go. So, not necessarily saying that's the best way to do curls or that you yourself should do curls that way. I'm just saying that's one way to explore weightlifting, one way to explore fitness tools, one way to explore exercises where you're particularly targeting a muscle group and really working on them, is to see if it's possible for your whole body to assist that local place. Just like I did in the roto reliever or shoulder reliever thing, I used my whole body to make it work, and then I firmed my body and just really kind of focused on the arm making it work. So I go from less isolation to more isolation and then back out again. So sometimes when I do this, I'll do swing, push, pull, and then I go back to push, and then I go back to swing. So I'm dialing in the amount of isolation. So it's a really nice way to work, especially if you're older or especially if you're prone to tendon problems like I am. Soft tissue isn't super sturdy. It's a great way to go to avoid injury. And maybe it's a great way to go if you're a perfectly fit and healthy, sturdy, tendoned young person. I don't know. But it's just something I've discovered myself and makes this kind of stuff so much easier, so much less strain, less of that feeling like I'm going to hurt myself. So yeah, recommend doing all kinds of things that way. Get your whole body into it, gradually find the isolated work, and then bring your whole body again. Nice dimmer switch. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I have donation jars under this video and all over my website and stuff. Not necessary. If you feel like supporting this work, I appreciate it. Every little bit helps. But no problem if you don't feel it. But if you do have any kind of a comment on this, especially if it's been helpful in any way, it's always nice to hear that these videos might be helpful, because that's why I make them. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Breathe deep. Take good care of yourself. We'll see you down the road.